The Taste of Istanbul, 10 Famous Foods You Must Try. Welcome to Istanbul, a city where food is more than just a meal. It is history, culture, and tradition served on a plate. For over 2,000 years, Istanbul has connected Europe and Asia, allowing flavors from different civilizations to blend into one unforgettable cuisine. From the crispy simit sold on busy streets to the world-famous baklava enjoyed in royal palaces, every bite tells a story of an empire. Today, we're exploring 10 of Istanbul's most famous foods that every traveler should try at least once. So come hungry, because this journey is about to become unforgettable. 1. Simit, Istanbul's golden street snack. Our journey begins with the most iconic street food in Istanbul, simit. At first glance, it may look like a simple round bread covered with sesame seeds. But for the people of Istanbul, simit is much more than that. For centuries, this crispy bread has been a part of everyday life. Early every morning, street vendors push their bright red carts through the city's historic streets, selling freshly baked simit to workers, students, and tourists. The outside is perfectly crispy. The inside is soft and warm. Locals often enjoy it with cheese, olives, or a hot cup of Turkish tea while watching ferries cross the Bosphorus. Simple, affordable, and absolutely delicious. If you truly want to experience Istanbul like a local, your journey should begin with a freshly baked simit. 2. Döner Kebab, the world's most famous Turkish dish. Few foods have traveled around the world like Döner Kebab, but nothing compares to eating it in the city where it became famous. Large layers of seasoned beef or lamb slowly rotate beside glowing flames. As the meat cooks, chefs carefully slice off thin, juicy pieces that are served inside warm bread with fresh vegetables and flavorful sauces. Every bite is smoky, tender, and full of rich spices. Although doner is now found in many countries, Istanbul remains one of the best places to enjoy its authentic taste. For many visitors, it's the first meal they search for after arriving in the city. And after just one bite, it's easy to understand why. 3. İskender Kebab, a royal Turkish classic. If Döner Kebab is famous, then İskender Kebab is its luxurious cousin. Created in the 19th century by İskender Efendi, this dish takes traditional doner to a completely different level. Thin slices of grilled meat are placed over soft pieces of Turkish bread. Rich tomato sauce is poured over the top. Then comes melted butter. And finally, creamy yogurt is served on the side. The combination is simply unforgettable. Every ingredient balances the others perfectly. Rich, creamy, savory. It's no surprise that many food lovers consider İskender Kebab one of Turkey's greatest culinary masterpieces. 4. Balık ekmek, Istanbul's legendary fish sandwich. Next, we head to the waterfront. Near the famous Eminönü district, you'll find one of Istanbul's oldest and most beloved street foods, balık ekmek, meaning fish bread. Fresh fish is grilled right on colorful boats floating along the Golden Horn. The sizzling fillets are placed inside crispy bread with onions, lettuce, and a squeeze of fresh lemon. The result is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly flavorful. As ferries pass by and seagulls circle overhead, enjoying balık ekmek beside the Bosphorus becomes more than a meal. It becomes an unforgettable Istanbul experience. 5. Lahmacun, Turkey's crispy delight. Often called Turkish pizza, lahmacun is one of Istanbul's most popular comfort foods. But don't let the nickname fool you. Lahmacun has its own unique identity. A thin, crispy dough is topped with finely minced meat, tomatoes, onions, peppers, herbs, and traditional Turkish spices. After baking in a blazing hot stone oven, it's served with fresh parsley and a squeeze of lemon. Locals usually roll it up before taking the first bite. Light, crispy, fresh, and packed with flavor. It's the perfect meal for anyone exploring Istanbul's busy streets. 6. Pied, Turkey's famous boat-shaped bread. Our culinary journey continues with one of Turkey's most beloved comfort foods, pied, often called the Turkish pizza. Pied has earned its own place in Turkish cuisine for centuries. Unlike traditional pizza, pied is shaped like a long boat, with soft dough folded around delicious fillings before being baked inside a blazing hot stone oven. The most popular varieties include seasoned minced meat, melted cheese, spicy Turkish sausage known as sukuk, fresh vegetables, and even eggs. As the bread bakes, The edges become perfectly golden and crispy, while the center stays soft, rich, and full of flavor. Fresh from the oven, every bite offers the perfect balance of crispy crust and savory toppings. For many Turkish families, sharing a freshly baked pie around the table is a tradition that brings everyone together. Simple, warm, and absolutely unforgettable. 7. Koft, Turkey's legendary meatballs. Next comes another national favorite, koft. These famous Turkish meatballs have been part of the country's culinary heritage for hundreds of years. Prepared with finely ground beef or lamb, fresh onions, garlic, parsley, and a carefully balanced blend of spices, koft is grilled over hot charcoal until perfectly cooked. The outside develops a delicious smoky crust, while the inside remains incredibly juicy and tender. It is commonly served with fluffy rice, grilled vegetables, fresh salad, yogurt, and warm Turkish bread. Every restaurant has its own secret recipe. Some recipes have been passed down through generations. That is why no two koft dishes ever taste exactly the same. It may look simple, but every bite carries centuries of Turkish tradition. 8. Baklava, the sweet treasure of the Ottoman Empire. No visit to Istanbul is complete without tasting its most famous dessert, baklava. This luxurious sweet has been enjoyed since the days of the Ottoman Empire and remains one of Turkey's greatest culinary masterpieces. Baklava is created by carefully layering dozens of paper-thin sheets of pastry with premium pistachios or walnuts. After baking until perfectly crisp, warm sweet syrup is poured over every delicate layer. The result is rich, crunchy, sweet, and incredibly satisfying. Historians believe baklava became especially popular inside the royal kitchens of the Ottoman palace, where it was prepared for sultans and special celebrations. Today, some of Istanbul's oldest bakeries still follow recipes that are over 100 years old. One bite is enough to understand why millions of visitors fall in love with this iconic dessert. 9. Turkish Delight, a sweet symbol of Turkey. Another world-famous Turkish treat is Turkish Delight, known locally as Lokum. Soft, colorful, and delicately flavored, Lokum has welcomed travelers to Istanbul for centuries. Made with sugar, starch, and natural flavors such as rose, lemon, orange, mint, and pomegranate, every piece melts gently in your mouth. Many varieties are filled with pistachios, hazelnuts, almonds, or covered with powdered sugar and coconut. As you walk through Istanbul's historic Grand Bazaar, you'll find hundreds of beautiful displays filled with every color and flavor imaginable. For many visitors, taking a box of Turkish Delight home has become one of the city's most treasured traditions. It isn't simply candy. It is a taste of Turkish culture itself. 10. Turkish tea and Turkish coffee, the heart of Turkish hospitality. Our final stop is not a meal, but two drinks that define Turkish life. The first is Turkish tea, served in elegant tulip-shaped glasses. Tea is enjoyed throughout the day by people of all ages. Whether meeting friends, welcoming guests, or relaxing after work, tea is always part of the moment. It represents hospitality, friendship, and conversation. Then comes the legendary Turkish coffee. Prepared slowly inside a traditional copper pot called a Mezes, Turkish coffee is famous for its bold flavor, thick foam, and unique brewing method. For centuries, it has been an important part of Turkish culture. In fact, UNESCO has recognized Turkish coffee as part of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Even today, many people continue the old tradition of reading fortunes from the coffee grounds after finishing their cup. In Istanbul, tea and coffee are far more than drinks. They are symbols of connection, hospitality, and everyday life. Istanbul is more than a city of magnificent mosques and ancient palaces. It is a city where every street has a story. Every market has a unique aroma, and every meal reflects centuries of history. From the crispy simit enjoyed during sunrise, to the world-famous Döner Kebab, the luxurious İskender Kebab, fresh balik ekmek, crispy lahmacun, delicious pied, juicy koft, sweet baklava, colorful Turkish delight, and the timeless tradition of Turkish tea and Turkish coffee. Every bite brings you closer to the soul of Istanbul. Because in this extraordinary city, food is more than nourishment. It is history, it is culture, it is tradition served on every plate. If you ever visit Istanbul, don't just admire its landmarks. Experience its flavors. because the true taste of Istanbul is something you'll never forget. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more documentaries exploring the world's greatest cities, cultures, and cuisines. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.